Alright, so in this video I will show you how to solve the Skewb puzzle. Okay, so how this tutorial is going to go, I'm going to break the method down into 4 steps. Getting the first face, then getting the top corners, then getting the yellow center, and then finally the rest of the centers. Okay, so starting off, you'd start on the white side. You could start on any side, but usually I start with the white side. Okay, so you look around and there's 4 corners, 4 white corners and 1 center. Sometimes you get lucky and you get 1 or even more centers already made. So this one, and then the other 3 are here, here, and here. There's 3 ways the center or the corner can be oriented. So this one is pretty easy. So what you also got to make sure is the side colors are matched up when you put them in. So this one, all you got to do to put this corner right here is to just move it down. And then the next corner we could do is this one. And so when you move this down to here, it'd be with the left hand. It's the same case that I just showed you. Just move it down. And also make sure the orange is the same, and then the blue would be the same. And then the last corner is right here. So, and it's not one of the cases that I showed you when it's up here. So what you have to do is you have to move it up like this. And then this is a special case because you can't just move it down. What you have to do is, so it has to go to the right and it's facing like this, facing the front. So what you have to do is turn like around this corner. You have to turn the face. Then you can move it down like I showed you. And then all you gotta do to bring this back is just move it back up. And that's how you make the white side. Another tricky case that you could run into is this. So you have the last corner that goes here, but the white sticker is on top. And so you can't move it down, and then you can't do this. So what you have to do is you have to move it down and then move it again to kick it over here, and then turn it around that corner like that, put it down, and then move this other one back. And that's how you solve that one. Okay, and then the other case is just the opposite. So before, this corner was over in this spot with the white on top, but now it's over here. So essentially you do the same thing, is you'd usually move it down and then you move it again to put it over here. Then you twist around that corner, put it in, and then move this one back. Okay, so for the Skewb, there's only one algorithm that you need to learn, and it is only 4 moves. So this algorithm is called sledgehammer. You would turn right side down, left side down, right side up, left side up. So again, right side down, left side down, right side up, left side up. Then this next step is where you start to need it. So the next step is after we get the first face, so we have the corners, we solve all 4 of the opposite yellow corners. And there is basically 3 different options you could have. So you could have something like this, where there's like headlights right here, one here, and then one here. So you hold the headlights here, with this corner facing you in the front, and you do the sledgehammer. Right down, right up, left up. And that'll solve all the corners. And also what makes this cube a little bit easier is you don't have to worry about side colors because they end up solving themselves. The second case you could get looks like this, and there's two, and it's on the yellow face, so there'd be two corners opposite each other, and then two facing each other like this. So what you do is you hold the cube with the two diagonal like this, and this one on the right, and then you do the sledgehammer like that. And that didn't solve them, but what it did was gave you the other case with the headlights. So then you go back and you solve it like this. And that's how you solve that case. And the other case you could get is if all four of the corners are already solved. Okay, so now we're on the third step. So we have the first side and all of the corners. Now what we want to get is the yellow center on the top. And to do this, we're going to use that sledgehammer algorithm, but what matters about it is where you hold the cube. So for this, to get this yellow on top, we want to hold it in the back. Holding the yellow side on top, the yellow center is in the back. And then from right here, we do the sledgehammer algorithm. And then we rotate the cube twice around 180 degrees, and then do the sledgehammer again. And that'll have solved the yellow center. And then there's only 3 possibilities for the last 4 centers. So this one is the most common, so you have 1 solved, so in total you have 3 solved, and then 3 that are not solved. So for this one, what you gotta do is holding the solved side on the bottom, and what you look for is the side that has 2 opposite colors. So the red, when it's solved, needs to flip over to the other side, and also the center that needs to go here is on the top. So you hold this side in the front, and then you do the sledgehammer move. And then you rotate it twice to the other side, and then do the sledgehammer again. And that'll solve the Skewb. Okay, one of the other cases that you could get is with the solved sides like this. All of the center and corners are opposites. It doesn't matter where you start, as long as you start on one of these faces. You do the sledgehammer move, rotate the cube twice, do the sledgehammer again. And then I'll have solved at least one side, and then you have the other case. Okay, and the last case that you could get looks like this. So these 2 centers essentially need to swap, and then these 2 need to swap. So just like the other case, it doesn't matter where you start, as long as you start on one of these faces. You do the sledgehammer, rotate twice, do the sledgehammer again. And that'll solve one side, and you have this case again, which is sledgehammer, rotate, sledgehammer. And that's all you need to know how to do to solve the Skewb.